BTerrell Smart Billable Expenses is a proprietary tool developed by BTerrell Group that will help you bill expenses to your customers. It is fully integrated with Sage Intacct functionality. It looks and works just like Intacct. Before I start to show you how to use billable expenses, I would like to share with you the billable expenses workflow. We can assign billable expenses to a customer from 4 functions within Sage Intacct. Pay bills in the Accounts Payable module, employee expenses in the Time and Expenses module, vendor invoices in the Purchasing module, and journal entries in the General Ledger module. Create transactions from one or each of these 4 functions. At the same time, we will mark all transactions as Bill to Customer. I want to emphasize billable expenses only picks up approved transactions. Then go to Billable Expenses module and review all items marked as Bill to Customer. Use Bill Marked Items button to check and bill items we want to bill to our customers. Our billable expenses will generate a sales invoice automatically for these transactions and mark these transactions as billed. Finally, send the invoice to Customer via Sage Intacct native function. For demo purposes, we will use AMC Theatre as our customer throughout the video. Let's go through the process in Sage Intacct. I have already created one transaction in each of the 4 modules for demo purposes. Now I will show you how to mark these transactions as Bill to Customer. First, go to Bill function under Accounts Payable module. Find the bill we have already created. This bill is from FedEx, and our customer AMC Theatre will reimburse this payment. Click Edit button on the left side of the line. Scroll down to the bottom, locate Entries section, check the Bill to Customer checkbox, choose AMC Theatre as customer. I want to emphasize the item field is required for our billable expenses to work. Click Show Details button. You can see the Billed checkbox. It will be automatically checked after billable expenses process. Click Submit button. Now this transaction is ready for our billable expenses to process. Go to Staff Expenses function under Time and Expenses module. Find the employee expense we have already created. This expense is related to a business travel to our customer's AMC Theatre, and the customer will reimburse this payment. Click Edit button. Click on the entry to show detail and click Show Details button. Check the Bill to Customer checkbox. Choose AMC Theatre as customer. Choose Travel Expense as item. Click Save button. The process of marking this transaction is complete. Go to Vendor Invoice function under Purchasing module. Find the vendor invoice we have already created. The vendor is IBM, and our customer AMC Theatre will reimburse this payment. Click Edit button. Scroll down to the bottom. Check the Bill to Customer checkbox. Choose AMC Theatre as customer. Click Post button. Now this transaction is ready for our billable expenses to process. Go to Journal Entries function under General Ledger module. Click View Transaction button for General Journal. Find the adjusting journal entry we have already created. This journal entry adjusted the expense we have recognized, but we should bill to our customer AMC Theatre. Click Edit button. Check the Bill to Customer checkbox on the debit line. Choose AMC Theatre as customer. I want to emphasize the Items field is required for billable expenses to process. Click Save button. Now we have finished marking all transactions as Bill to Customer. Then we go to Review Expenses function under Billable Expenses module to find these items. We can see a filter section. we use Customer and Date to locate the items we need. For demo purposes, we will only use Customer filter. Select Customer as AMC Theatre. Click View Unbilled Items button. Check the checkbox for the items we want to bill to AMC Theatre. The date we choose in the Date field will be the invoice date. For demo purposes, we will use today's date, and we choose Invoice Status in the State field. If we choose Pending, it means the invoice will be in Posted status. If we choose Draft, it means it is a draft invoice. For demo purposes, we choose Pending. Click Bill Marked Items button. Then we will see a message telling us the sale invoice has been successfully created. The invoice number naming convention will follow our own document numbering policy. Click the Sales Invoice number. We can see the details about this invoice. Now let's go back to see the source transactions. The billed checkboxes for all these transactions have been checked. At this point, the process of using BTerrell Smart Billable Expenses is completed. The next step will be to send the invoice to our customer. If you are interested in BTerrell Smart Billable Expenses, please contact us. Email info@bterrell.com. Website www.bterrell.com. Thank you for watching.